So when you draw the All right, welcome everybody out in the interwebs. I am Sven, also known as Svenster77. We are going to be, I am a GM. I am friendly neighborhood, dungeon master, game master,
Right, welcome everybody
player.
out in the interwebs.
So today we're just going to be making some tweaks. We've got a pretty good setup so far. I'm going to be adding a couple things to the storyline. So our heroes, here it is, Akaton job. Our heroes are we're next to the sun at a thing called the Far Portal Station. Far Portal Station is a gate to the fire plane of fire, and it's been sitting there for most of known history. A couple people expeditions have gone through, none of them have ever come back, and there are people who are there who study it and try to figure out who made it, how it works. So there's a small station next to this far portal, and of course the portal is called, that station is Far Portal Station. So they are a group of adventurers. They had gone and brought some scientists to this Far Portal Station. And as they were unloading everything, getting their luggage and their stuff, equipment off their ship, the Midnight Seven, for the first time in known history, something came out of the portal, and it was a ship. And as everybody was freaking out and running to start scanning and take a look and seeing what's going on, a second thing came out of the far portal, which was a ember whale, fire whale. And so the fire whale was attacking the ship. Our Midnight Crew 7 jumped in their spaceship, took off, fought the fire whale, saving the ship, although not before it took a bunch of damage, and it was just basically floating dead in space. Only partial power. So they docked with the ship. They find out the name of the ship is Breath of Embers. They get on the ship, just do a thorough search, find lots of different things, most of them several different encounters with creatures from the planes of fire. And then a couple, one with a Azer, which is like a dwarf with fiery hair. And then they bring the ship back to Far Portal Station. They do some repairs to it, get it to where it's flying enough, bring it back to the station. Um, in the meantime, they have been given their next task by the Midnight Corps, which who they work for. So they head to Akaton, and that's where they are now. They're in Akaton after a brief space battle with a asteroid with teeth. They come upon Midnight. They fly to the city of Midnight. Talk to the people there from the Midnight Corps. Atomic Hero Squad. How the heck? Oh yeah, that's a new emoji. What in the world is that? That is K-pop cheer. Okay, well, cool. Thank you. And it's Samantha. So they have been given their next task, which is to go retrieve some equipment. So little do they know, they are actually the bad guys in this scenario. Um, Lurking and working. Hey, Marbanya, how the hell are you? So Marbanya also does Starfinder. Um, he's a player for Starfinder, so he streams Starfinder, and he also streams Savage Worlds. So those of you, he's actually streaming Savage Worlds tonight. No, today's Wednesday. Thursday, tomorrow night, he'll be streaming Savage Worlds, a game I am very interested in. Um, so if you're interested, go check out Marbanya, follow him, whether you're interested or not. Follow him anyway. He's a nice guy. He'll appreciate it. So the Midnight Corps has been hired to go steal these to go steal some cargo, and they don't really need. I mean, they don't really know this that they're the bad guys. Um, oh, Mantha, to answer your question, Mantha, I have follow age, quote, pun. So if you hear me make a pun, um, or tell a dad joke, you can type in asterisk, not asterisk. Wow, exclamation point, pun, and that's it. That I can remember. I'm sure I probably got a couple more, but I don't remember off the top of my head. I've slept and eaten since I set these up. Um, I still have to go through and do a little research. I know I have how to add a moderator, sort of. I found how to do it once, and I needed a number that I didn't have at the time, so I haven't done it yet. So, um, but yeah, pun, quote, or follow age, all together one word, are three that I know that are pretty cool. Speaking of, What do you call a goblin who practices blood magic? A hemogoblin. That's right. And so you do this. And then, of course, I have look at as well set up um, for my fellow streamers who stop by. So they get to Midnight Station. They're talking to their contact, and he tells them, "Okay, oh good, I don't have to send somebody else. Quick, get out there. You have it takes about half an hour to get there, and you're supposed to be there in 35 minutes." So my crew doesn't ask a lot of questions. They say, "Okay, cool, let's go." And they jump in their ships, and they're going to go jump in a ship. Well, the guards have been alerted to this, and so two of the guards show up and start attacking them, and that's where we are right now. But like I said, they don't realize they are on the wrong side of the righteousness right now. Um, they're going to get out to this. Trying to find, here it is. So they're going to get out here, and as soon as they get within range, this is going to go off. There's going to be something on their ship that triggers. It's going to go off, causing this explosion. And then the creatures guarding this are then going to attack them. Um, but their purpose in life is to find is to get the cargo from this train. Um, so in the meantime, what I want to do is I'm going to be adding some flavor to this whole scenario. Um, I don't mind winging it, and if I didn't have time, then that's what I would be doing. But I do want to take a few moments and add some little blurbs in here so that I make sure I don't forget the sequence of events and I don't forget anything. I have to go back. Uh, so, and I've already done that to one extent because I wanted them to see some televised newscasts while they were waiting for their person in the Midnight Corps, and I done forgot. But that's all right. I like watermelon flavor. What are you talking about? Oh, add some flavor to it. I got you. That's awesome. I love it. And by the way, for later on, um, Manthas says, "What do you call a goblin with an injured leg?" He's a hoblin goblin. That's right. And very good, Marbanian. I like that. Got to add some watermelon flavor to my text here. So here we go. So what's going to happen is they're in the middle of a fight, and one of them, with a higher, and probably do a secret roll, have them all do perception or just roll for them. And if you're wondering how do you do that, if you go to your party sheet to party. To party sheet. You can go right down here to the bottom. D&D has the same thing. I don't know if Savage Worlds does, but D&D does. So you can pick their. So this has their ability scores or their saves. You can also go to skills section. And as Fantasy Grounds Worlds, here we go. So like here, so you go, perception. And there is no DC. I just want us to find out who's doing it the longest. And I can have it either be in, so they can see the results, or they can't. And all you do is just click this, boom, and it rolls. So here's our crew. So the highest one was Amika. So presuming Amika is there, and the player shows up, I'm going to go ahead and say that is what happens. So Mika sees a news report. Um, so I'm going to have Biz Aldrun, a reporter, be talking about, basically he's going to be saying, hey, recapping, telling the world, Pact Worlds, about the what's happened at the Far Portal station. And then when I get back, he's going to be there again, telling them that the Far Portal station has fallen into the sun. Um, so all right, so this is Biz Aldrun. Stay tuned for an in-depth report from Far Portal Station. Last week, something burst through the portal for the first time in reported history. We're going to say known history. Recorded is the word. There it is. Recorded history. Thank you. Epsom. I will be speaking with the scientists who study portal and who were there when it happened. Epsilon investigates news. Your number one place for news on the interweb. So what I can do then is I can then make these three things populate in the chat. So you hit Control 3, and that changes this from just a story to a speech bubble, a story entry to be exact. Then you hit Control 3, and then we're going to hit right click, go down to Assign Speaker. This is Biz Aldrin. Control 3. And again, I'm going to make this something that's spoken, and this is going to be splash ad. So how this is going to look like is they're fighting. I'm going to say, by the way, Mika, you see a news report. I'll then go through that. This is Biz Aldrin. Stay tuned for an in-depth field report. From Far Portal Station last week, something burst through the portal for the first time in recorded history. I'll be speaking with the scientists who studied the portal and who were there when it happened. Epsilon Investigates News, your number one place for news on the interweb. That's what it'll look like. All right, so that's the first part. Then we're going to have, so now they're going to show up at the fight. Make sure these guys need to be moved. So I want to change where they're located on the map because I had them, let's see, here we go. I want to go to the message of the day and make sure that's updated as well. So we'll do that right now, message of the day, because it's important as far as what's happening. All right, so just before exiting the drift, the ship is attacked by a telelith. Okay, we don't care about that right now. There we go. Perfect. So time is 9:50. Yep. What? Why am I doing it that way? Oh, the calendar itself says 9:50 p.m. Okay. I was like, I use military time for all my stuff. For me, it's easier in my head. All right, so they're supposed to be there at 1100, 2300. Okay, we're looking now. Have a good stream, friends. Ooh, we're looking now. You have worms or someone there with you? I appreciate it. Thank you. So so it's 9:50. It's supposed to take an hour to get there. The cargo is an hour away. The cargo's coordinates indicate it is an hour away. All right, and then I have pictures. Boom, boom, boom. They talked to Tiknuk, the foreman at the Akaton Midnight Core branch. Well, if you're wondering what a foreman looks like, this is what a foreman looks like. They are large creatures. Bugman. Now, keep in mind, they have this huge thing. This is real size. So he is a good 2.5, 3 feet wide. He's a good almost 10 feet long. He stands 5 feet high, just his torso, um, between 4 and 5 feet high. So they travel with an earwig, a giant earwig, but they were freaking out about this guy. It was pretty funny. All right. All right. So I wanted to. The group talks to Tiknuk, who said they had arrived just in time. He does not have to send out his backup crew. The foreman tells them they are to retrieve cargo at 2300. Cargo's coordinates indicate it's an hour away. Entering the hangar, they are attacked by 2 unknown assailants while inspecting their vehicles. Here is the map. Some of you may recognize this if you opened up the whole map, flipped it upside down. This is the map from the very first adventure path Starfinder ever came out with, Dead Suns. This is Hangar 94, which is a throwback to Star Wars. All right, so because Hangar Bay 94 was where Han Solo was meeting Obi-Wan Kenobi and Luke on Tatooine when they were being chased by the stormtroopers and running into the ship. All right, so that's why it says 9:50 p.m. because it's freaking. So I will put Hello? All right. We are back. So just putting in the time so that they understand they have about an hour and 10 minutes to get there. They were searching, inspecting their vehicles and such when this dude and this dude come popping in. And the Spathinae are actually beings. This is, if you look at the picture, it's not falling apart. It's actually made of thousands, probably hundreds of thousands of insects, bugs that have a hive mind, and that's what makes this creature. So it's very interesting, very unique. Um, anyway, so these are the ones that are challenging them. They don't realize that these are actually part of the good guys, part of the people who are trying to protect this. They've been um, information has been leaked to them that the Midnight Seven crew has been hired to go obtain this stuff, and they're trying to stop them. They're going to fail, and then my crew is going to go out there. All right, so now once they get out there, so this is just the message of the day. This is what all the players see when they log in. They have this pops up, so they have to close it to get past it. Um, doesn't mean they're guaranteed they're going to read it, but at least they will see it. I'm actually going to get rid of this picture. I will share it with them later or as part of the stream. All right, so now they're going to get out there. After, oh, so what we need to do is we need to see where they are. So I had originally had them guarding the caravan, but now they're attacking the caravan. So um, we're going to put these guys on the combat tracker. So let's open it up first. Takes just a minute. And then we're going to put them, let's see, we've got 2 people. Okay, good. So we're going to put these guys on the combat tracker and see where I had them set up. All right, I don't show them on this map at all, so that's good. We will fix it. So we will go right click, and I'm just going to click on here the menu, delete from tracker, only foes. That gets rid of all of them. You go to your encounter. So I have my encounter here. These are pictures. Yes. So that's what they look like. So they're space goblins and hobgoblins. So again, they're just going to assume that these are bad guys. In actuality, they are not. They are the rightful owners of this cargo. So they've already been placed on the map somewhere. I'm then going to click this, which then removes the placement within the map. So now it's actually going to be a little bit easier to place them because they're going to be on these here. So we're going to have a Space Goblin here. Space Goblin here. And one in the back. And then we're going to put the Hobgoblin right in the middle. All right. As much as I like hexes, I think I'm just going to go back to revert back to my regular grid. It just messes people up too much. Just going to go back to grid. Boom. All right, so this right now is, let's see, each one, I want these about 15 feet long. So we're going to bring this down to about 10. There we go, that's better. All right, so now we take these, we're going to take them off again. Now we'll put our hobgoblin here in the middle. 2 of them up front. And 1 in the back. All right. This is supposed to be a CR2. Let's see. Make sure this is set correctly. It's a CR4, 805. So we will see how they do against these guys. And, all right, boom. So that's where they are. I have the encounter linked to them on the map as well. So I've got the pictures and the encounter linked. I'm actually going to move these because they are here, and then our people are going to be coming from here. So we're going to put them on the map as well. We will go to our assets, set up the tokens. So the big ship is going to land here, and then the two speeders will be there. We're going to tokens. Their ship is called a Terminator. It's actually just a giant cargo thing, so so put that there for now, and then speeder, go, and they have two of them. Boom. All right, so the speeders are good. Speeders are 5 feet wide. This thing, I want them to land about 100 feet from the crash. So let's see. 140 feet. All right, we'll bring them in a little bit. About here. And then here are your speeders. Boom. All right, so we are ready to go. We have our map ready. We have our people placed for the encounter. So then what's going to happen is, as soon as they defeat the goblin and the hobgoblins, and they either run away or they um, are killed, they're then going to start loading the ship, um, loading the cargo onto their ship. And all right, so let's see. Let's get. I want to go to Google Land, and let's find something that will shuttle Starfinder. Let's just start here and see what kind of pictures we get. This is the type of thing I'm looking for, but I want the outside of the shuttle, not the inside. Here we go. This is a good one right here. This is your typical Acme shuttle. Those are from Mass Effect. Cool. All right, so we will take this image, we will save it, and then we will tweak it. So we'll put it in our Starfinder folder. So right now it is in, we go to Pictures, Starfinder. It is called Shuttle. So what has happened is while they were fighting, Far Portal Station falls into the sun, and Midnight Corps has been contacted, and they are then told to immediately drop what they're doing and go back to Far Portal Station, um, and that they are pretty much tasked and assigned to Far Portal Station going forward. So this secondary crew, the one he didn't want to have to call up, he had to call up. They're now here, and they're going to take over there's what they were doing, and they're taking the shuttle back to Midnight. Okay, so I'm going to take my image, open it, go to pixlr.com, pixlr.com. I like it. I like it a lot. Why isn't it letting me? Oh, here it is. Boom. Okay. It's free, and it's basically my free version of Photoshop. All right, so I am in streaming. I want to go to Starfinder. So just find the image you downloaded, and then I'm able to do pretty much everything I would do in. Okay, where'd it go? There it is. Everything I can do in Photoshop, I can do here. So what I want to do is I just want to isolate this and then get rid of the gray. So go to crappity, there we go. We're cropping it down to here. There we go. Apply, bink, there we go. Now we have our image. We can get rid of the gray. I actually changed my mind. I'm going to keep the gray. I don't mind the gray there. You would just go to wand select, click it, it highlights it, and then you can hit delete, and it will delete it, but I don't want to. I'm going to keep it the way it is. So now I go to File, I'm going to go to Save. I don't need the original file, so I'm just going to download, and go into the same picture I just had, shuttle. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. All right, so now I need to put it into my campaign. So go to your files. I have to find where on my, there it is. All right, so now I open up my Fantasy Grounds section, the folder. So we're going to open it up in a new window. Find the picture again. So here's the most recent. Let's see, go to Pictures, Starfinder. Here's our shuttle. So I have a couple choices. I can put it in my Starfinder images, or I can put it in all of my campaigns, all that stuff. I'm going to go ahead and put it so that it's right here in my main Fantasy Grounds images, so that I can have access to it anytime I want. Control C, copy it, click, Control V to paste it. And it didn't work. All right, so now we move it here to images. Boom. All right, so now last thing you have to do to access it is you go to your assets and you go to right down here. We'll get rid of these pictures. Go to click refresh folder assets. Assets refreshed. Now it is in my thing. You can go to images, data. You can put it in the campaign itself and it'll only be accessed from this campaign. Um, but instead I put it so that it's available even in my D&D if I want a shuttle to show up. Savage World, Vampire the Masquerade, any of my Starfinder stuff, you can do it. I could then go click over. This is the long way. The other way I could have done is just type in shuttle up here and it would have just brought it up. But now I can gaze languidly at all my different pictures. EFGH. Okay, we're close. And now it locks up on the last page. It's right here, man. It's right here. Right here, right now. It really is. Honest. There it is. Shuttle. Create image record. Click. Ekaton shuttle. Now, because I typed it here, this is the unidentified section, so you click unidentified. Otherwise, it would just show a shuttle to the players. There it is. And I'm actually going to take this and let's see what it looks like when we go to layers, flippity. Oh, select it, flip. There we go. So it's facing the direction I want it to. So now it's being low. You see a shuttle coming. So now we go back to our storyline, give ourselves a couple extra lines, drop the link to the picture in here. Boom. I'm also going to put it here on the map itself. Save me time from having to open up the story. And again, I'm going to make this control 3, make this something I can just throw into the chat. Boom. And I'm going to have all right, let's go to our races. So there's 24 letters in the alphabet. Let's go with, there aren't any Z's. There's no X's. We're going to do a 1d20. See what letter. And we're going to do 3 of them. 2. Just randomly pick what races they are. 20, 13, and 11. So here's, of the 2, there are 2. So it's going to be odd is Yasogi. So it's Yasakaja. This is a mount, so this is a companion. It is not a playable race. So it's a Yusoki. $13 and $11. K and M. So we have 3. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's a Kalos. And then Noir. I like Noir a lot. So let's find some pictures real quick. Images. We shouldn't need to go to assets because these should already be open because they're part of the races. But we'll check it out and see. Kalos, Noir, and of course Yusoki. Everybody knows what a Yusoki looks like, but alright, so I don't have a Kalos. Ah, they're Kalo, that's why. And a Kalo Mystic. I think I'm gonna have the Mystic be here. Because he's cool looking. I'm gonna have the Noir be their point of contact. As we begin to load, okay, so she's social coming. Your comm unit beeps with a message from Tiknuk. Tiknuk. You have been recalled back to Far Portal Station. Your replacement should be arriving at your location within 20 minutes. Return here immediately. A second beep indicates another message. Before you ask, yes, you are being paid. The full amount for this assignment. All right, and so again, what I'm going to do is make all these control 3, which makes them dropped into the chat. And then I'm going to assign them. So right click, you go down here, 26, not 24. Oh, letters in the alphabet. Yeah, as I was scanning it, I realized some of them, not all the letters were indicated by races. So my mind was doing math faster than my mouth was catching up. So you are correct. All right, so I'm going to assign the speaker here as Tiknok. Tiknok. And again, do the same thing. Right click, assign speaker. Tiknok. So this is how it's going to look. I'm going to minimize this real quick. Right click up here at about 1:30, 2 o'clock is the minimize button. That just makes these little bubbles. So boom, as you load the cargo, it shows as a story entry. You have been recalled back to Fort Portal Station. Your appointments, patrons will be here. Actually, when they speak, they don't use numbers. And then a second beep indicates another message. Before you ask, yes, boom. So that's what it's going to look like. Boom, boom, boom. And then they're going to have a shuttle show up. Again, I'll go ahead and put this in here. And now I will throw down the pictures for them. And yes, the Noir are pretty much Minotaurs with double sets of horns. All right, so the nice thing is, so boom, and then I'll wing it from here because I don't know how they're going to respond or anything like that. So I'm going to go ahead and give them names to myself, just because this group doesn't care. They're not going to introduce themselves. They don't care what the Midnight Cruise 7's names are. They're just here to do their job and get paid and get out. But the Midnight, knowing my people, they may ask. And I'm actually going to move this image, the shuttle of the image of the shuttle up here. Click. Oops, wrong one. There we go. So I will put it here and enter. So I'm going to say all right, so the Calo Elieza, the Noir will be called Ishbaal, and the Soki name is Greece. All right. So we are set. We are ready to go. So now they're going to head back to station, Midnight Core. If they think to ask, try to look up what's happening or try to see more information, then I will have them see the news report on the ship uh, as they travel on the shuttle, talking about Far Portal Station has fallen into the sun. Um, but they also are going to see news about. So the ship they captured was Breath of Embers. Midnight Core is going to be filing legislation to obtain rights to that ship, and they are eventually going. And so this Midnight Core 7 crew will be given that ship. Once that is all ironed out. Um, so next time, once they get back to Far Portal Station, um, they will have one more space combat with this ship, and then they're going to be getting the Breath of Embers going forward. All right, so I'm looking here to see what it's called here. Here it is. It's called the Claim of Right of Salvage on the ship. So there's going to be another 2 more news articles. They're going to talking about right of salvage. I'm just going to make a note to myself. And then the other one is the Far Portal Station falling into the sun. Okay, so here we go. We've set up some more flavor. Was any of this really necessary? No. It could have all been in theater of the mind. I could have just winged it, and but now I have a little bit more structure, a little bit. I have pictures, saving myself time of having to find some of this stuff as I try to role play this out. Um, and like I said, I've got the series of events a little bit more clear as to how it's going to play out and how it's going to work. So thank you so much for hanging out. I cannot stress how important this is to me right now. I'm the only thing I need for affiliate is for people to watch, um, and that is my goal, is to try to get people to watch. But really, I cannot do this without you. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you want to see more about this, more about these things, check me out on YouTube. Check out these ones on YouTube. Comment if you have questions, if you have suggestions. Um, feel free to leave comments and whatever else you do. By the way, if you do want to see this live, see what's going to happen, Sunday, 5:30 Pacific time.